Hello there and welcome
to the new channel.
Here to help you see
the new you.
My name is Carmine Ortega.
Dennis Calamba.
This is Nato Agbayani.
My name is Juan Lu.
I'm Chino.
I'm Trisha. This is Apple Manansada.
This is Attorney Carlo Ibanez.
This is Attorney Sheila Santiago.
This is Angie.
This is Argamit.
My name is Dante Salama.
This is Jesse Francis Rebostillo.
I'm Dania Cunha.
Mon Mendoza.
I am Mapet Erhila.
I'm Leo Bryan. Mike.
Nice one, dear.
Sir Al Ian Barcelona.
Marvin Salazar. This is Sunny Haldons.
Heidi Lumainos.
This is Ivan Jude.
Patrick Hieronimo.
Alan Perez.
My name is Erwin Ursua.
Mine is Bob.
My name is Lloyd Luna and this is
Future.
The Talk.
Family Business.
The Puppet Stories.
After Shift.
PNC Town Hall.
YOLO.
Marketplace.
The Home Buyer.
HR Hotline.
Danny Art Show.
Healthline.
Foreign Affairs.
COVID stories.
Awesome Day Show.
Thank you.
Money and more.
Cybernext.
Women at Work.
Win Within.
Port Project.
The Big Picture.
Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just wanna mourn and run because the fun is all gone. But sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you. Sometimes life makes you blind and you choose something bad. You just wanna cry and hide and save your face from the crowd. But sometimes life makes you see the beauty in you and me. When you look up above, there is God and there is love. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new. We're here to help you see the newness of life. We're here to help you feel your hope is so real. You got the power to see. We'll help you see the new you. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello there and welcome to the new channel. We are here to help you see the new you. My name is Lloyd Luna and this is The Big Picture. Hello then, good evening. Wherever you're watching from around the world, good evening from the Philippines. I hope you're doing okay. It's the 23rd day of November 2020. I believe, araw po ng Monday. Woo! Start of yet another work week for everyone, for most of us. And hopefully you're still safe and you are still healthy because, you know, the virus is still out there. And we have to still be extra careful about what we are doing. The activities that we do, the people we are engaging with, please do take some extra care. If you're watching us live right now, please do share our live stream link. You can also organize your own watch parties so that your friends, families, and associates can watch the same inspirational show every night only here on The Big Picture. You can also share the same link on your chat group. So meron kayong mga WhatsApp, Viber group, Telegram, kung ano-ano pa yung mga group na nagsusulputan ngayon. Just share the same link so that they can watch the episode as well. We are very happy and excited because tonight we are going to interview the legendary. Mamaya ako na nga-introduce, na-excite ako. The guy will not have enough time for us tonight, but for sure, i-maximize natin yung time na meron tayo sa kanya. And you can also watch us simultaneously live on youtube.com/TNCnow. If you are going to watch us on, again, youtube.com/TNCnow. And drop some comments in there. You can have an opportunity to get a gift courtesy of Unisol and TNC. The item that you can get if you're going to watch us on youtube.com/TNCnow. Watch this. The washable face mask worth 800 pesos. If you're living with Metro Manila at kayo po yung mapalad na lucky viewer namin for tonight, delivery is on us. Walang problema. I'd like to thank Unisol for giving this item so that we can give it away for you. So again, watch us on youtube.com/TNCnow. Drop some comments in there. And if you are joining, if you're watching us tonight, I'm going to mention some names. Joseph Guerrero is watching, along with my, of course, mom and my dad. They're watching live from Australia. Rose Ann Broncano is also here saying good evening. Good evening to you, everyone. Now, if you are here, you can also drop some comments on our comment stream down below. Pwede po kayo magtanong, pwede kayo magbigay ng mga comments ninyo. Kung meron kayong mga ipabati nyo na rin. So, good evening sa inyo lahat. You can also mention where you're watching from so that we can greet naman yung inyong mga kababayan kung nasan man kayo, ha? Now, last night, I had a very interesting message I got in my messenger because a dear friend of mine just sent a copy of a music video. Kasi many weeks ago, he asked me if I can do some sort of lip sync of a particular theme song for a particular project or program. So I'm very happy that at least I was able to have a sort of a singing experience with Gary V. Yun nga lang, lip sync ako. So, let's see how this plays out. Let's watch the video of our Bayanihan program of the Association of Philippine Franchisers Incorporated.
Nandyan na nga, balik sa simula, ganyan lang talaga. Hirap sa umpisa, ngunit ano nga bang meron? Tulihan ka ng hamon ng bawat umaga. Basta't nandyan ka, may pag-asa. Dahan-dahan, sabay-sabay, ano mang pagsubok ng buhay. Dahan-dahan tayo ay muling babangon. Tuloy-tuloy ang tulong, sabay din tayo muling susulong. Pwede bang mangarap ng bagong araw? Pwede bang mangarap? Pwede pa, oh, oh. Pwede bang mangarap? Pwede bang mangarap? Iwan ang pangamba. Pwede bang mangarap? Basta't kasama ka. Basta't nandyan ka, may pag-asa. Dahan-dahan, sabay-sabay, ano mang pagsubok ng buhay. Dahan-dahan tayo ay muling babangon. Tuloy-tuloy ang tulong, sabay din tayo muling susulong. Pwede bang mangarap ng bagong araw? Pwede bang mangarap? Pwede pa, oh, oh. Pwede pang mangarap, iwan ang pangamba. Pwede pang mangarap, basta't kasama ka. Pwede pang mangarap, oh, 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 oh. Pwede pa. Iwan ang pangamba. Mula noon, lalo ngayon. Oh, pwede pa. Pwede pang mangarap ng bagong umaga. Pwede pang mangarap.
Alright, maganda ba yung pagkakakanta ko? Anyway, pwede pang marap ng bagong umaga pag lahat tayo ay nagbayanihan. Help us share this video message of positivity to give each and everyone as a much needed hope in these trying times. The Bayanihan Virtual Expo, by the way, which happens on November 28 to 30, gives MSMEs and aspiring entrepreneurs a platform to sell their goods and to find resellers for their products to help them bounce back and recover from the economic effects of the pandemic. So yan po ang panawagan ng Association of Filipino Franchisers Incorporated. Hopefully makapunta po kayo sa page at makita niyo yung music video at i-share nyo lang po ng i-share. Okay, in the meantime, because I'm very excited to bring in our guests for tonight, I'm going to let go of our headlines from the Manila Times, but thank you so much Manila Times for giving us the opportunity to read your headlines night in and night out. Introduce ko na ang ating guest dahil marami na naghihintay. By the way, there are people watching from Mindanao, so maraming salamat sa pagtutok ninyo. I'm going to mention some names. Si Ma'am Teresita Cruz, si Dr. Tess Cruz is from Lu Mundi Academy sa Obando, Bulacan. And then si Joseph ay from Agusan del Sur, watching live from Mindanao. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtutok. I-share lamang po aming live stream link para mapanood nyo kami. If in case you missed it out, well, you can always watch the replay, so wala rin pong problema. Okay, so let me introduce our guest for tonight. Bigla ko na-excited, no? A rare and valuable combination of a consultant, trainer, academician, book author, business columnist, seasoned business executive, entrepreneur. Hindi ko alam kung ano pa yung kulang. With a track record of turning around or significantly improving the position of marketing challenger, niche, follower companies, and brands during his stint with them. Now he comes with 32 years of successful management experience. About 6 years just after my my birth. Doon siya nag-start. 24 of the 32 years in general management capacity, 8 of the 30 years in marketing and sales management, 14 years of telecom experience, close to 10 years on the operator side, and more than 4 years on the vendor side. Now, 3 foundation years of experience in FMCG, fast-moving consumer goods, and 12 years of continuing entrepreneurial pursuits. Now, I don't know what his dreams are still, but we are going to ask more about it in a little while. Yung nga lang talaga, hindi ko alam bakit hindi siya tumitigil. Baka pwede natin itanong mamaya, bakit hindi siya tumitigil? What keeps the guy moving despite all of this? Ano lang to, very small portion lang to. Parang summary lang kasi to. But let's learn about the guy and be excited about the insights that he will be sharing with us for free. Sana hindi ako ma-charge. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the house is Rowen Untivero. Hello, Sir Rowen. Thank you so much for coming
Hello,
Good
to the
evening. Good evening, Lloyd. Good evening, mga viewers of The Big Picture. Yes.
Maraming salamat sa time mo, sir. Of course, pasalamatan natin si Fem Marie Cabantac dahil kung hindi sa kanyang absence, wala ang inyong presence.
Pinabati.
Opo. Nice that we are talking tonight, sir. I really appreciate your time. We are honored that you are here tonight. For sure, we are going to learn a lot, get inspiration from your journey as well as your experiences as we move forward discussing these things. But in the meantime, let me ask you how you have been doing. I mean, 7 months from the first enhanced community quarantine. How have you been?
Well, there's the good part and the bad part. The best part is that I see my family every day now. Before, I used to always be all over traveling or at least living in our Manila residence. I live in San Pablo City. Okay, so now we decided na dito kami magstay. Okay naman, the house was built in a way that, all the amenities that we need are already in the house. So medyo, this is a good place. Walang baha, sorry. Pero binagyo rin kami, pero walang masyadong baha. Now, yung COVID, well, of course, everybody got affected by it. Some of my businesses were, but some of my businesses flourished naman, even despite COVID.
I have a very quick, curious question. Normally, when I ask my guests, what were you doing the first few days, a few weeks ng quarantine, they will say, no, they were disoriented as well. And meron silang mga na-develop or meron silang mga nagawa na never nilang nagawa before. Like may mga nagluto uli, may tumugtog ng gitara, may naging plantito sa plantita. What were you doing during the first few days or few weeks ng quarantine? We were locked down.
Yeah, when we got locked down, my partner and I, Josiah Go, yung sa Mansmith and Fielders group ko, what we did was we came up with free seminars, particularly on how to manage the crisis. No, so we had a good library of materials. It was a matter of making sure that this was the relevant messages that we say. No, in fact, sabi ko nga, merong itong COVID na to, merong mga, syempre, I also sympathize with the families, and I have friends who were affected. Some even perished in this crisis, diba? Namatay sa COVID, no? Pero nonetheless, as a door or partially closes, another window or another door opens, no? And in that particular case, what I realized, what I came up with how to manage your revenues seminar. Siguro mga a few days after that, where I talked about segmenting the market para hindi ka mahirapan and you don't keep hitting your head on the same things and hindi wala namang resulta. So we were able to do that, right? Siguro second day of the lockdown, we were already doing our share of helping.
Oh, that's very nice kasi I think yun yung time na organizations are as well as disoriented as we all are. I mean, nobody prepared for this. This is unprecedented. Pero sabi nyo, meron kayong pwedeng i-pull out dun sa inyong library to make sure that you have relevant contents. What were the challenges na narinig ninyo from each organization na na-serve ng inyong mga seminars at that point?
Well, if you segment them, yeah, the hardest, there are hardest hit, severely hit, at merong moderately hit. And that was felt right 2 months pagkatapos nung nag-lockdowns, no? So, syempre, tinamaan dyan, malaking tama dyan was the retail sector kasi sarado yung mga malls. Tinamaan din yung mga events. Yung mga events, mga event kami, yung conferences namin, because most of them were live events, no? Face-to-face events. So, ang importante lang doon, sabi ko nga dito, when you get hit by this, the first thing that happens to you is shock, di ba? Pero some people stayed in shock for a long time. Then, the next stage is denial, na hindi nangyayari ito, matatapos na to in the next 2 months, hindi. Then, the third one is now realization. When you realize that this is not going away, this is gonna be here for quite some time, and the after effects are going to be there. That's di ba? So, and then finally, is when after realization is when you start analyzing and taking action. So marami sa ating mga kababayan naipit dun sa dalawa, shock and denial. Now, kami naman, we given what we have, what we try to do is to already start to help and get people to realize that this thing is not gonna be over until the vaccines, and even after the vaccines, matagal-tagal pa yan. So we need to really cope with the current situation. Otherwise, we will see, sabi nga natin, keep dwelling in the glory of the past, that you miss the opportunities that are right in front of you, di ba? And may mga ganun. And yun na, kita natin, mga kababayan natin, biglang may mga nag-reinvent ng sarili na discover nila yung mga iba pala nilang talento, okay? And so on and so forth. So merong mga nag-pivot, may ginalaw yung kanilang business strategy para mag-move into another or more open sector and try to move out. Pero syempre, may mga iba na talagang hardest hit. And syempre kung entrepreneur ka, yung hard-earned capital mo, tapos ito na, di ba, sunod-sunod na yung problema. I can also empathize with them. But in fact, in December, meron kaming outreach again to entreps. I just don't have the details right now, sorry, but we're gonna be coaching more entreps for free again. Okay, for regard, may kinalaman pa rin with coping with this crisis that's now taking long to resolve.
Yeah, I mean, it's still here. But before we even talk further about those strategies, and I'm going to ask you several questions as well about pivoting later in the program, can you walk us through naman, sir, yung story mo kung paano ka nakarating dito? I heard backstage that you retired at age 37. Sana all. I mean, how did... hindi ko ma-imagine, ikwento lang natin sa kanila kung paano yung journey niya. Because I thought it's so fast, and you can imagine it's smooth. Maybe not. Let us know.
No, my ride was a roller coaster ride. No, I probably have to bring back to my roots, and I owe a lot of things. First to my father, Dr. Rowen Untivero. He perished last year. Okay, so sumalangit nawa po ang aking tatay. No, so but as a kid, as early as 8 years old, I was the eldest in the family. I started working already. We owned a pharmaceutical company at the time. So, nagsimula akong janitor, bodeguero, delivery boy, hanggang nung 16 ako, medrep ako, di ba? Tapos, nung 17 ako...
Was it because your father asked you to do that, or...?
Well, first, it was not asked. It was like it was told. so I complied with it. But nonetheless, naintindihan ko rin that this was succession planning, di ba? Naintindihan ko na kaya bata pa ako, yung vocabulary ko, succession planning, marketing management. So I got exposed to that. And ang binilin lang niya sa akin, sabi niya, kahit anong kinatatayuan mo, huwag kang mayabang, sabi niya. Kahit anong kinatatayuan mo, kahit anong marating mo, yung buod ng sarili mo, dapat yun pa rin. So I realized that, and kaya ako, mapagwardya yan o mapa-CEO yan, yung paggalang ko, yung pagbigay ko ng dignidad sa tao, naroon talaga. Kaya sa bahay, hindi kami gumagamit ng salitang katulong kasi hindi ko gusto yon. Gusto ko kasambahay. In fact, they're called domestic staff para medyo social. So yung head ng aking overall sa bahay, chief of staff yon, di ba? Tapos yung namamalengke, chief marketing officer yon, di ba? So, anyway,
yung wife ko, commander-in-chief.
Commander-in-chief yan, definitely, di ba? So yung yung tawag dito, natutunan ko yon. So nagsimula ako doon na very humble beginnings din. Pero there was a point where we lost it all. Nagkaroon ng lokohan, naloko yung father ko sa partners niya. So we ended up with our honor paying out everything that was owed by the company. And I started with nothing. I was promised to fly with the Eagles of Loyola, but then I was marooned in UP Los Baños. Doon ako nag-high school, no? Okay, tapos I was maladjusted. I had fist fights every week, di ba? So nag-ipon ako ng black eye at saka ng pulang kamao, di ba? So I basically was maladjusted in high school until eventually I got my grip back. I became student council vice president, di ba? And then I went to Diliman for a change of although love na love ko yung Los Baños, ando doon yung mga puro kumpare ko lalos lahat ng batchmates ko doon, kumare ko. Because that's not just for me, that's not just those are not classmates, those are family to me. Okay, talagang mabigat yung pinagsamahan namin. Pero then I went to another school and basically sunod-sunod yung changes. So I was always the boy, the new kid in town, and a lot more changes. And then after that, I started working. Yung working medyo mas okay naman. I was fortunate to graduate with honors, and before graduation, na-hire ako ng Procter & Gamble. So I started with that. Then one thing led to the other. But I always had this principle that whatever I am paid for anything, that I have to make sure that I was delivering more than what that is. So I never had 8 hours of sleep. I never had that. Okay? That's a luxury for me. The greatest luxury is to sleep 8 hours. During my first year, 17 years in corporate, I averaged probably about 3 hours of sleep. I was working, okay, and I worked with companies that had to be turned around. Yung talaga may problema, di ba? So I would work like 22 hours a day, and then basically turn it around and find satisfaction that hindi na wala ng trabaho yung mga tao. We gained our market share, we took over the market, and most of them became market leaders, no? Meron din akong startups na nasamahan. And basically, I was literally leaving the office at 3 a.m. in the morning and driving back to San Pablo, only to drive back at 7 a.m. again back to the office, diba? So, but then again, sabi nga natin, hindi mo napapansin yung ganong pagod kasi hindi ka napapagod. And people ask me, and by the way, may sideline ako noon, nagte-training na ako noon for Mansmith during Saturday nights and Sundays and all.
So let me ask you, bakit hindi ka napapagod? I mean, basically, malamang ko ako yun, nag-collapse na ako.
Well, there are two sides of it. The prior to that, it was pure. If you watch John Wick, it's sheer determination, di ba? Okay, sheer determination. All right, that I was so obsessed with what I needed to do and accomplish, not for myself alone, but for things, advocacies I believed in, that I found that the sleep was a luxury for me. But then I realized that when suddenly, kala mo Superman ka, then may mga konting nararamdaman ka na. And that was a shift. When I turned 40, after 3 years from retirement from corporate, but I went into entrepreneurship, what I did was I got into fitness. And so I do 5 to 6 days of, I lift weights, I run, I swim. Okay, I'm into that, and it makes me more invigorated. But the greatest source of my energy actually are the people that I serve. So kung kunyari nagte-training ako, yung mga participants ko, yan ang baterya, yan ang source of my energy. Yan ang alternator ko, di ba? And then if I do service, if I sell and I have 10 businesses within 3 companies, and whenever we sell, I never focus on the selling, I focus on helping the customers buy. Because if you can help them, help their organizations succeed, then whatever comes your way, kahit pamilyon yan or what yan, you deserve every penny of that. No? But if you focus on the money first, then you become greedy. And sa akin, yung greed is not good. It's service. You serve, and then after that, you're able to get something, a value out of that service that you're providing. That's what things are the principles that I abide with. No?
These principles, would you say na yung experience mo ng pagkabata naging foundation para dito sa seemingly never-ending fit na nakukuha mo year in year out?
Well, some of them are rooted. Yeah, some are deep-rooted into my childhood. I had a father who was visionary. I had a mother who had the cleanest, purest soul I could think of. Okay, she was my moral center, di ba? So combining the two of that, so tama yung puso mo, pero yung ano mo, you try to stretch and go beyond whatever they say are limitations. I'm a maverick, so I always say, pag sinabi mo limitation yan, i-challenge ko yun na limitation yan. And really push the limits and move things if we can. Not only by myself, by the way, I always work with teams. Okay, so sa akin, it's always the team that gets credit, not only myself. So we'll push the boundaries. We'll try to do things that are different. And I always ask my people and challenge them, all right, so hindi nangyayari yung gusto mo. So anong gagawin natin? So we don't stay too long in sulking dahil may problema. Ang automatic, sabi ko nga, meron akong framework dyan eh. Ito, para makatanggal ng stress sa ating mga kababayan din. Ito, framework ko, I'll share for free. Pagka meron kang problema, meron kang dinadamdam, meron kang kinakaharap, di ba? sabi ko, dalawa lang ang tanong niyan. Kaya mo bang kontrolin yung problema or hindi? Kung kaya mo kontrolin yung problema, I will ask you now to draw a circle. In your mind, ha? Draw a circle, divide it into two. Lower hemisphere, kaya mo kontrolin. Upper hemisphere, di mo kayang kontrolin. Okay. So, pag tinanong mo yung sarili mo, kaya mo bang kontrolin? Kaya, sagot, lower hemisphere yon. Ang action mo, tatlo. Analyze it, analyze the situation, then you strategize, you plan, and then you take action. Kung hindi mo man kayang gawin ngayon, at least i-calendar mo. Pero alam mo na, pwede mong i-park, matutulog ka ng gabi. Kahit ako, kahit 3 oras lang ang tulog ko, mahimbing yon. Ngayon, ang tanong, kung hindi mo kaya, anong gagawin mo sa taas? Yung hindi mo kaya, tanungin mo muna yung sarili mo na 10 beses kung hindi mo talaga kaya. Kasi binigyan tayo ng Panginoon ng maraming talento, di ba? So pag talagang hindi mo kaya, ang akin naman, 4 na items naman. Kanina, analyze, plan, or strategize and act, di ba? So yung taas, PRAY yun, pray. Pero hindi yun ang punchline. Ito punchline. Kasi di ba pray yung taas, pero ang gitna nun, linya lang. So yung linya, habang nandiyan ka sa linya, yung linya na yun, hindi po yun quadrilateral, hindi po yun rectangular, yun ay line, made only of points. There's no space in there, except the points. So what I do is, I leave no room for worry. Wala akong pwesto para sa worry. Kasi pag nagwo-worry ka, worrying is an inefficient activity. Wala namang nare-resulta yun eh. So I always, if you are gonna worry, just ask yourself, can I control it or not? And then you can go on, move kagad. Kaya yung shock at saka yung kanina, shock and denial, mabilis yun. One day lang yun. One day, shock and denial. Tapos, diretso na tayo sa action. Kasi, as there are problems, the flip side of problems are opportunities. And that is where I see that lingering too much on the problem and not able to move on does not allow us to take advantage of the opportunities that are there. So, nakita ko na kaagad, okay, isang araw lang, pangalawang araw, tulong na tayo, di ba? Let's move forward. And na-realize na natin, wala tayong magagawa dyan. Andiyan dyan na yan, di ba?
Yeah. I have a question before I pause for a short commercial break.
Sure.
What can we use to convince people na, I mean, that should work? I mean, the model should work. Because as we see it now, parang ang daming nagdwell dun sa situation nila. Parang they're waiting for something that we know will never come anytime soon. So you're going to answer the question when the big picture on TNC returns. Please don't go away. Stay on our stream. The big picture will return. Welcome back to the show. You're still watching The Big Picture on the new channel. Before I make some announcements here and before we call in back our guest again to the studio tonight, I would like to invite you to watch one of our sponsors' reminder. All right, thank you so much, Wildlife, for being one of our sponsors on the show. Now, I would like to invite you to watch our other shows on TNC as well. The Big Picture shares inspiring stories of personalities and business people every Mondays to Fridays at 7 p.m. Human Resources Management on HR Hotline with Jesse Bustillo, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 12 noon. The Family Business is everyone's business, Saturdays at 4 p.m. Life Business Success Stories on the Ford Project, Saturdays at 10 p.m. Dubai, 6 p.m. Philippine time. Beauty Beyond What Your Eyes Can See, Usapang Beauty, Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. Time to hear positive stories from those who recovered, COVID stories, Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. Life Purpose and Turnaround Stories, U-Turn, Mondays and Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. Build and own investment properties, The Home Buyer, Mondays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. Laugh and learn from puppetry arts around the world, The Puppet Stories, Mondays at 5:30 p.m. Magbenta, bumili, tumulong dahil bukas na ang TNC Marketplace, an online night bazaar, Thursdays and Fridays at 10 p.m. Know Your Rights, The Basic Laws, YOLO, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Learn About Money and More, Tuesdays, 8:30 p.m. Philippine time and 5:30 a.m. USA. 2 leaders in one platform, TNC The Talk, Mondays at 12 noon. Chill and Booze After Shift, Wednesdays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Strategize and win in life through Win Within, Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Dream, Achieve, Nurture, and Inspire. Watch Danny Art Show, Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Learn Together Across Borders, Foreign Affairs, Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Because Health is Wealth, Healthline, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Celebrate Women at Work, 9 a.m. Saturdays. Always have an awesome day, Mondays at 2:30 p.m. CyberNext empowers people and organizations to be secure in the digital world, Wednesdays at 12 noon. Know the emerging technologies shaping our future today. TechQ, Fridays at 2:30 p.m. Learn and know more about the market leaders on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. Having a well home brings you a well life. Tuesdays and Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. More about coping and couple goals. Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. Catch also our TNC regional shows such as One Day, a live storytelling. Alternates with TNC Town Hall, co-hosted by yours truly and Apple. A show where we talk to you, our valid audience. More upcoming TNC shows that will truly inspire you. Please follow our channel on Facebook and YouTube and let us help you hashtag see the new you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, back in the show is Rowen Untivero from Mansmith and Fielders Inc. Hello, sir.
Hi again, Lloyd. Yeah.
Kapagod
Should I
magbasa.
answer your last question?
Sige, sir, kasi hinga muna ako ng haba na announcement. The question again was, what can we use to convince people, hey, you shouldn't be staying there? Kasi kung sa inyo mabilis yung turnaround, may mga iba na talagang bumabad, tumambay pa doon.
Yeah. Well, the first thing that we should ask ourselves is, if magtatagal tayo or we stay doing nothing yet, will that help us? Meron ba tayo iniintay? Para ka nag-iintay sa labas o may iniintay ka na, I don't know, nung binata ka o ano, dalaga ka, ka-date na hindi dumadating, di ba? Aalis ka ba or do you just stay there? Now, you can, of course, do both of those things. So you can leave a bit of part of yourself still hoping that basically something can happen, but it doesn't prevent you from starting to already do something. Okay, analyze first. But before you jump, analyze first. Analyze. Ano ba yung sitwasyon natin? And I'd like you to take a look at two things. No? External and internal. Yung external ba ang nagko-cost nito? Eh, kung nag-external yung nagko-cost, there's COVID, there's lockdowns, what can we do about that, di ba? So what can we address that market-wise? Tinamaan ba yung merkado mo kung ikaw ay nasa business? Kung tinamaan yung merkado mo, ang tanong, do you pivot out of that market? Do you move to another market? Or do you create another set of products for the same market? Di ba? So again, marami tayong pwedeng action no? So merong move forward, move backwards, move to the left, move to the right. In fact, sayang wala akong slides here, but there are many ways by which you can address a situation like that. Now, the other thing is then, yung kabila, kung internal naman, ano yung mga issues natin? Is the issue, one, ikaw muna, before you point at anybody, is it yourself, di ba? Are you the one clinging to the glory of the past na hindi ka maka-move forward, given that nagbago na yung situation? Alright. So, again, sabi nga natin, adaptability and resilience, these are things that are very important, but it begins with us. Now, pag internal siya, then you look at, ikaw ba yon? Ikaw ba? Mga tao mo ba? Human assets mo ba? Ang kailangang i-pivot, igalawin? Or maybe your systems, the way you're doing things. Kasi kunyari, with a concrete example, yung dati na hindi sila pinupuntahan doon sa tindahan nila, sarado yung tindahan, what do? Then you basically utilize what? Maybe ordering technologies and platforms, no, for fulfillment, di ba? And those are the things that we provide. In my other companies, we provide delivery, we create, automated delivery system so that para yung hindi makalabas, meron kang way to be able to get your products out there. So yun yung mga bagay, kung internal systems ba yan, tao ba yan? Okay, kung pera, syempre pera titingnan mo, how do you manage that, di ba? Alright, magkakaiba yung, I will not get into that. Merong kailangan mag-invest ka sa iba, meron namang you need to put in a little bit more working capital. Yung iba, you freeze it, and then you move to another business altogether, di ba? Again, there is no absolutely wrong answer, but there are correct answers. In other words, ang framework ko, SSS, situation, strategy, style. You do not come up with simply an idea. You have to first analyze the situation. And based on the situation, strategy is actually a science. So kung kunyari, parang basketball yan, kung lamang sila ng 10 points sa'yo, 2 minutes left, what do? It's a science. It basically is your situation is you're running out of time. And all the strategies that you do should address that particular issue. So if yung iba kasi, nauna yung solution. I have a solution. Tanong ko muna sa'yo, ano yung problema mo? Hindi pa pala alam yung problema. Una na yung solution. Kailangan mauna muna yung analysis mo ng problema. Pero pag nasa crisis ka, parang ano yan pagka ordinaryong bagay, medyo sabi mo, pwede ka mag-take your time Pero kung kunyari, example ng crisis, kunyari, di ba, kahit na sabihin natin, demokrasya tayo. Pero pag may naghagis ng granada sa gitna ng mesa natin, you don't say, by the way, may granada, do we vote? Do you want to duck? Hindi di ba? You take an autocratic move and then you just tell everybody else to And by the way, if you're a leader in times of crisis, your visibility is very important. Huwag ka nawawala. Kasi pag nawawala ka sa eksena, at yung mga tao mo, madidemoralize yun. So your ability to immediately be there, be visible, and communicate exactly. And don't mince words. Be honest with them, but you communicate, number one, kasi tinitignan ka lang for direction di ba? Okay, so sabi nga, mag-communicate ka ng tama, you be honest, but dapat meron ka rin plano. Kasi kung walang plano si boss, patay ng lahat yung iba, di ba? So hindi nila alam. So kaya nga, sabi ko, when the boss is the one who wakes up the earliest, the boss is also the one who sleeps late, di ba? So in this case, ganun din. Leaders, may crisis, gising ka, mauna ka doon sa mga tao mo na kailangan ma-analisa mo na kaagad. And you can get them also, get their opinion, but at the end of the day, in crisis, we need to also be decisive. Because if you don't decide, and then wala ka naman pala iniintay, then lalo lang gumagrabe yung problema mo. It's just, getting to be more exacerbated, di ba? So yun, those are the key things I'd like to recommend.
Yeah.
Internal, external, review. Diba?
Before I ask my next question, Jesse Rebustilio is saying, yes, presence is key. Pakitingin natin yung comment ni Jesse Rebustilio. And ang sabi niya is, meron pa yatang isa. Yes, dapat may plano. Okay, now, what has changed in terms of analyzing things right now that we have this kind of situation? Ano yung mga variables sa dati wala, na ngayon is meron na? And seemingly, ito yung parang hindi ma-figure nung ibang mga leaders natin. So they have this tendency to have a analysis paralysis. Parang hindi naman sila makamove on dun sa strategy and sa planning or taking action because they are so paralyzed that pag-analyze ng mga bagay-bagay.
Well, first of all, we need to look at what changed. Yun ang babantayan mo. Ano nagbago? And was it for good, for the better? For example, ang nagbago is hindi tayo pwedeng lumabas basta-basta. Okay? May mga restrictions. So what do? And your business has to be out there. So alam mo na kagad, merong issue ka ng fulfillment. May issue ka kunyari ng customer to face the customer. And that's when a lot of people pivoted to this. We start doing Zoom meetings and Teams and all that. Pero again, just jumping into the bandwagon is not the solution. It has to be peculiar or really particular to what your needs are. So yun yung SSS, situation, strategy, and then the style. So the style that we adopt should be aligned with the strategy that we have that makes sense for us, di ba? So again, importante doon is hindi ka kasi kaya napaparalyze is because hindi niya yung iba naman sobrang analysis. Pero meron din kaya na-paralyze, hindi niya na-analyze talaga. So basically, basta sa kanya, the best thing is, sabi nga natin sa human behavior, yung fight or flight response. Some will simply, di ba, fly away and others will stand and fight, no? In this case naman, meron pa ring isa. So, flight, fight, and simply fright, di ba? Yung natakot ka lang, di ba? So, hindi ka na talaga gumalaw. So, dito, nakakatakot talaga because, again, change is something that scares human beings. We are creatures of habit. Sanay tayo sa routine, sanay tayo. Pag binago mo yon, natataranta tayo, di ba? Pero siguro, ang tingnan natin is, hindi naman lahat nagbago. Ano yung nagbago? At yung mga nagbago na bagay, good or bad, then how do we cope with that? Ano yung pwede nating i-adjust, di ba? So, I bring it to marketing, for example, your 7 or 8 piece of marketing, di ba? Yung product mo ba relevant? Kung yung product mo irrelevant, then how many products do you have? Do you de-emphasize that? Do you simply, di ba, okay, take a hit on the carrying cost of inventory, or do you focus on other products? Or is it your distribution, your place that is challenged? Kung challenged, can you do a channel pivot, di ba, to somewhere else, no? So again, kung yung pricing mo ang problema, value proposition mo, product and pricing mo ang problema plus the other services, then maybe you can tweak it. All right? Or you can simply dial back on some of your effort and then move forward. Sanay ka, nagpo-promote ka para punta ng tindahan. Wala naman pupunta doon sa tindahan mo kasi sarado nga, di ba? So, you need to be able to now make those necessary changes, di ba? Processes din, ninyo. If sanay kayo, papasok sila sa opisina, and a lot of companies now realize that working remotely is even more efficient, no? In fact, companies, I have my own. Some of my companies are never going back to the way they were. We are simply working remotely, but we're using technology. Like performance management, where artificial intelligence helps us in performance management. And basically, automation na yung So again, maraming naglalabasan ngayon, digitization is one of the key answers then. And basically, we're digitizing, not simply for the sake of digitizing, but to enable processes to be more efficient. And then also to help us in making quicker decisions, di ba? Okay, may ilo-launch nga akong produkto, yung credit analysis, hindi na araw. Artificial intelligence ang magke-credit analysis. So in seconds, they will know whether you are good for a loan, for lending companies to. Okay, we will be opening this soon.
Gusto ko yan, sir. Sige, sabihan mo kami para may launch natin formally dito for another episode. Yes. I definitely would like to have you again back para doon sa part na yun. Now, I'm going to pause for another commercial break, and then when we come back, ang question ko is, have you observed na yung mga iba sa mga micro, small, medium enterprises, ang pivot nila is isang buo. Kasi what I learned from you right now is meron ka lang palang isang segment na pwedeng yun na i-pivot, and you can actually make good or make better situation out of that. Yun sila parang, ayoko na itong business na ito, lipat ako sa business na ito. So, kung meron kayong observation na ganun, what can you advise people kung pwede pang i-redo or i-undo yung ginawa nila, ano yung mga advice na pwede natin ibigay. Now, also when we come back, we're going to play a little game. So, kung in kayo doon, hopefully, sige sir. Okay.
Cool. Game.
Okay, cool. The Big Picture and TNC will return. Please stay on our stream. Don't go away. Welcome back to the show. You're still watching The Big Picture on the new channel. Okay, medyo umiinit yung discussion. Naramdaman nyo ba? Ang lamig-lamig sa bahay, parang na-stimulate yung utak ko. Kasi hindi naman, napakadaming gusto sabihin ni Sir Rowen. Little lang yung time. But anyway, sir, please come in. Rowen Untivero is from Mansmith.
Good evening again. Good evening again, Lloyd.
Yes. Tayo ha, dahil ako'y na-overwhelmed din. Okay. The game is called Big or Small. I'm going to tell you an item and tell us kung ang preferred mo sa item na yon ay malaki ba or maliit. Game?
Okay. PG-13 to. Ay, nabiro.
Ano to, sir? General patronage.
General patronage. Tama. Sige.
Okay.
Ako, GP naman ako. GP ako.
Okay, very good. Okay, big or small. First item is coffee.
Small.
Okay. Milk tea.
Small.
Car.
Big.
House.
Big.
Credit limit sa credit card.
Big.
Planet in the solar system.
Medium Earth tayo, di ba?
Bed in your bedroom.
Big.
Wristwatch.
Big.
Cell phone.
Big so I can see it. Malabo mata ko.
This one interesting. Wallet.
But doesn't matter. Sometimes I don't carry one.
Kasi card nga, no? Kaya nga malaki yung card, eh. Credit card. Okay, please answer your question, sir. If heaven is true, except from your family members and myself, sino gusto mong isama sa langit kung aakyat ka na ngayon?
Ay, lahat kayo. Everybody I can all the people that I love and isa lang
ticket.
na lang. Isa lang. Mahirap yata yan. Mahirapan ako dyan. Mahirap yung tanong na yan. Marami tayong kaibigan, marami tayong mahal.
Okay, sige. Kahit naman siguro kaibigan mo, pag sa'yo matara sa langit, baka sabihin, go ahead. Okay. Second question. Kung ikaw ay barbero, sino gusto mong gupitan ngayong panahon ng pandemya? Na artista?
Yung artista? Naku, teka. Sorry mahirap yata yan. Bruce Willis. Alright. Hindi. Ahit pala yan, hindi yung gupit, di ba? Si John Wick siguro.
John Wick.
Mas gusto ko yung clean cut siya.
Baguhin ko yung tanong, negosyante na gusto mong gupitan. Yeah, marami kang kakilala dyan eh.
Gaganda naman ang gupit nila. Wala akong maisip no one comes to mind that I wanna.
Okay.
Biglang pag siya yung gupitan, nakikita ko yung mga katulad ko na medyo, Tom Cruising.
Lumalabas yung batch, yung mga batch mo.
Yes, right.
Okay.
Yes, right.
Now, ito, nagbubuhat ka. So, you are a gym instructor. Sinong politician ang gusto mong i-train sa gym?
Politician na gusto ko i-train sa gym. Nako, hindi ko alam yung mga pangalan, hindi ko specific na. Marami kasing fit sa mga politicians na kilala ko eh. Pero siguro yung hindi fit. Okay, yun ang tuturuan ko. Yung hindi fit.
May idea ako, pero hindi ko sasabihin. Okay, if you are an astronaut naman, sino family member ang gusto mong isama sa outer space?
Lahat. Parang Robinson's family yan. Buo kami. We act as a team. Isa lang.
Sir, isa lang.
Mahirap eh. Gusto ko yung buong pamilya ko. Mahirap. I can't choose. I can't choose among them. I wanna bring them all.
Okay. Kasi kung meron kang pinili, may follow-up question sana. Kasi wala kang pinili. So, hindi ko mo follow-up.
Wala. Mahirapan ako. I will, babaguhin ko yung spacecraft para mas malaki. Ganon.
Talagang isip mo, sir, talagang disrupt, no? Disrupt.
Disrupt dapat.
Yes. Sabi mo ganito, well, since I don't have any answer to your question, let me change your question so I can answer the
Tama. Kaya galit yung mga teacher ko na elementary, ganyan ako. Okay. High school pala, hindi elementary.
Last question. If you have all the money in the world, which company are you going to buy?
Ako? Alphabet siguro. Or hindi, sorry. No. I'd probably not buy it. I'd partner with Elon Musk.
Okay.
Idol yun, idol.
See? It's still not the answer to a question, but anyway.
No, I don't want, I'm not greedy. I don't want everything for myself. I want to share.
I'm sure you have your reason. Thank you so much for playing the game.
Sorry, nagulo ko yung game.
ito yung contestant na ayaw mong maging contestant, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, thank you so much for playing the game. Although you did not get the perfect score, I can give you a passing grade. Passing grade is okay. Okay, back to the interview. We have more or less 5 minutes more.
Sure.
Marami yung sobrang na-shock, nagulat, na talagang parang napasok sila na, ay, ibahin ko na totally yung business ko from manufacturing of this. Siguro magbebenta na lang ako ng ganito or mapupunta ako sa food business. Anong advice mo sa kanila? Do they take it back, baguhin nila, or they rethink their strategy and refocus themselves kung ano lang. Kasi nakikita ko kanina na parang pwede naman palang maipivot ka lang na isang part, not necessarily your entire business.
All right. Again, I always say it's not one or the other. It can be a combination. If you have enough resources, or if you have not only money but people and all that, no, and ideas, diba? Then you can do two things, no. Number one, yun sa existing na negosyo mo, kailangan hanapin mo kung alin dun yung parts of that are not working, and are they replaceable? The other question is it economical to replace them or to do something else, or it's simply economical to just park the whole thing? Yun yung mga no. Tapos may social conditions yun eh. 'Di ba? May empleyado ka, may puso din yan. Hindi naman basta cold ka na magsasara ka ng negosyo and all that. Kasama yon. And even pag mag-pivot ka, pwede mo ba i-pivot yung mga tao rin, 'di ba? Another question. So, parang ano yan, siguro describe ko ng ganito. May bahay ka, bumili ka ng bahay. Tapos yung bahay mo, gusto mong palakihin. Gigibain mo ba siya or mag-i-extend ka? Yun ang question na yan eh. Mag-i-extend ka ba dahil merong opportunity dito, nabili mo yung kabilang lupa? Do you extend there, or do you just break down the whole thing? Again, there's no absolutely wrong answer. The answer simply is, it's a balance between optimization yan. What do you have? What can you still salvage from there? What can you use? And how much resources do you need on top of that? Kwentahin mo yon, plus yung other social factors, no? And then kwentahin mo yung kung aayusin mo siya, gagawin mo siya ng buong buo. And then secondly, do you need to do one or the other? The other question is, can you do them both? Di ba? Can you still do them both? Lalo na kung hindi ka naman magdadagdag ng working capital dito, tutuloy mo lang to para wag lang mamatay itong negosyo na to. Then again, the answer will lie in the balance of that. And normally, I would use mathematics to solve that. I will use optimization. Okay, para makita ko kung alin yung mas tamang decision doon. Mathematics never lies for me. Yeah. But the heart has to be there. Yung mga tao, protektahan mo rin. You don't wanna be losing the people and sending them out to their own misery, di ba?
Oh, definitely, for sure. Now, everything is almost moving parts, no? Kumbaga parang no one single company actually can stand up at isama niya i-represent niya yung buong industry, because if we are to get up and recover, it must be, industry-wide, society-wide. My question is, how visionary should we be? Do we think shorter term ngayon because everything else is still hanging in the balance, or do we think like 1 year from now, 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years from now?
Depende sa industriya mo. If your industry requires forward thinking, for example, you're into construction and you are into the manufacturing of large, then you have to think long term. Regardless of the crisis, yung crisis, kumbaga sa tangke dadaanan mo lang ito. This doesn't stop what you're doing because you're there for the long term. Because the resources that you need take years to prepare. The technology that you need takes years to master, no? Etc. So, skills nyo din, ganon. Ngayon, merong ibang bagay na, sabi nga natin, di ba, merong mga negosyo na easy in, easy out, di ba? You can come in, the barriers to entry are low, the barriers to exit is also low. And you can get out with minimal hurt in terms of your capital loss and all those things. Pero may mga ibang bagay na you need to commit to it. So, the longer term that your business is into, the more that you have to see that this is a crisis, you have to go around it, under it, or over it, but you have to go through it. Long-term ka pa rin. Yung iba na medyo short-term na tingin mo pwedeng tactical yung moves mo, pwede ka mag-adjust na lang. Okay, tingnan mo na lang. And then, if you need to quickly quit that business, lalo na kung wala na masyado maapektuhan, kung hindi ikaw lang at saka yung you can do that easily. So, I would always say SSS, situation, strategy, and style.
Okay, very good. See, sabi ni Femery Kabanta, that's Rowen for you, Lloyd. uber passionate daw, expert at what he does.
Hello, Femery.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you. Yan, di ba? In-invite ko, tapos nag-refer kasi hindi siya pwede. Joe Paisunga is watching. Jesse Rebustilio, sabi niya po, hindi siya gumigising ng maaga. So may problema po ba siya?
Hindi naman. Kung iba yung style mo, again, I'm not saying that you should copy. Don't copy. In fact, I don't do blind mimicry. Blind mimicry yung kokopyahin mo lang isang bagay kasi may nakita ka na sikat, idol mo. Again, balik ka sa SSS. Ano ba yung situation mo? Ano yung strategy mo? For example, kung wala ka namang gagawin ng maagang maaga at Sabado ng o Linggo, hindi ka lang gumising na maaga. Sa akin, it's always appropriateness. What will work based on your situation, that is what you need to adapt. Ngayon, ito yung iba. Alam na niya na mali, yung pa rin yung gagawin niya. Then, yung ganun, kailangan na kailangan na kayo doon. The guys who will do the attitudinal change and all that. We need you there, badly. All right.
Alright, thank you so much for that, sir. Oo nga naman, bakit mo mapipilitin yung sarili mong gumising ng maaga kung ang shift mo na ay panggabi? Okay. I always ask this sa mga nag-guest dito sa show, sir, no. May mga bagay na minsan hindi natin makita because we're just looking at it. We are not really trying to see, but we're just trying to look. In terms of what is happening right now, if I am part of the micro, small, or medium enterprises, bilang isang negosyante, what do you think is the big picture that we should be seeing rather than looking at in this particular time in history?
All right. This is a game changer. What's happening right now is a reset button. Market leaders can lose their leadership. Market challengers can suddenly be leaders later on. A small player can become big. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. We probably will never see this again. Sorry, I don't want to sound opportunistic. Siyempre, I empathize with the people na natamaan. Pero eto yon. Pag tinignan mo very closely, you need to look at what are changing. Anong nagbabago? And the games are also changing. The rules are also changing. So what can you now do? And again, this is all about, again, disruptive innovation. This is about how do you do process innovation, people innovation, di ba? So again, some people, napansin ko, yung ibang I do training. Tumigil ng training. Pero yung iba, hindi. Ngayon sila, sabi lang, ngayon na medyo low yung aming i-train mo na i-train yung mga tao na yan. Because this is the time that they need to re-equip themselves with the things that basically they can, pero hindi ba sa training? What I'm doing for them is crisis adaptive selling. Okay, so magbebenta ka during the time of crisis. So that's an online thing that I do. So now, given such, basically, kung kunyari, meron kang kinakaharap na ganon, don't just freeze and think na, okay, walang you really need to assess, and then from there, yung kanina, yung assess the situation, then you strategize, and then you I hope I can be more granular kung, siyempre, depende ko anong industriya yung nandiyan dyan. No? Tapos pangalawa, siguro sabihin ko, wag din kayo mawawala ng loob. Huwag kayo mawawala ng loob. Kasi, pag your attitude is no longer there, tama ka doon na medyo nanghina ka ng loob, sa una manghihina ka, gadaan naman tayo doon eh, pero you need to recover fast. Kasi this is a reset button. And dito biglang magbabago. Market leaders, sabi ko nga, biglang mawawala. Tapos may mga bago. May maraming bago industriya na susulpot ngayon. Okay, so if you're in such, and you can pivot into such, then this will be something of even a blessing to a certain extent. Sabi nga nila, a blessing in disguise. No? Yeah.
All right. Sir, where did they get in touch with you kung kailangan nila yung iyong peace of mind? Peace and the peace
well,
of
you have my Facebook account there. Although I apologize, hindi ho ako may gawa. Si Mr. Zuckerberg ho ang nag-hit sa 5,000. So, medyo you can follow me, but nahirapan ako mag-add ng friends. Naghintay ako na mamamatay. Sorry, hindi naman. Pag pinapalitan ko. Okay. Kasi 5,000 lang yung limit sa friends. So,
all right. Sir Rowen, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me also, Lloyd. Yeah.
We are honored that you're here. Thank you.
Spiritual.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's Rowen Untivero, the legendary. Yun lang talaga yung description ko, syempre. Partner siya sa Mansmith and Fielders Incorporated. Syempre, marami rin siyang mga negosyo on the side na later on siguro di-discuss natin ng iba kasi marami pang opportunities dyan. Thank you so much for watching The Big Picture on TNC tonight. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Puzzle Box BPO Inc., also sponsored by Unisol Well Life, Mr. Rice Aliaga Rice Supply. Maraming salamat sa PAPSPALP at sa Step Up Leadership Consultancy. Maraming salamat sa lahat na nanonood for tonight. Thanks so much, Ma'am Femery, for your amazing referral for tonight. Ayan. Sana next time ikaw na nandito. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nanood at nag-share ng ating live stream link. I'm going to see you again tomorrow for another episode of The Big Picture. Meantime, ano ang next? Ano ang ating next na show? Meantime, please watch our other shows sa tuwing Monday. Tuwing Monday, ito po yung schedule ng ating Monday. Monday. Tara! There you go. So please do watch U-Turn 10:30 a.m., The Talk at 12 p.m., 2:30 p.m. Awesome Day, The Home Buyer at 4, Puppet Stories at 5:30 p.m. Of course, tuwing 7 p.m. naman yung The Big Picture. I'm going to see you again tomorrow for another inspirational episode of The Big Picture. In the meantime, this is your host, Lloyd Luna, The Big Picture. Thank you so much for staying with TNC. Good night.